Hello, today I'm gonna explain when it's worth to craft each piece of pursuer gear, including having multiple pieces but not the full set. I'll also explain some stats importance and the order of crafting back gear because in back gear case we actually do have a choice which one to craft. We don't draw scrolls like in pursuer set case. So I assume at this point everyone noticed the difference in stats quantity between back and pursuer set. They aren't the same on the same pieces. For example, pursuer armor has only health stats, weapon has only attack stats, boots have only defense stats. It creates a problem when you only have some pieces of pursuer because some stats go way up and some go way down, which is very dangerous during the battle. You simply may lose because of that. And at the same time, back gear has mixed stats. For example, back wraps has cavalry health, distance health. This one is actually very similar to pursuer, but helmet has cavalry health, cavalry defense, troop health, troop attack, infantry defense. And in pursuer set, you have one kind of stats on each piece. So you have to be very smart when deciding whether to craft any pursuer or not. You have to sacrifice your back piece and it's irreversible, so you have to be double careful. As of today, we received 150 back scrolls from Vamp Troll event, so we may correct our mistake by crafting some back again. Of course, depending on your back scrolls number and on materials you already have. Before I get to the point, I'm gonna quickly explain my point of view on importance of some stats. I think everyone would agree that troop stats are the most important stats from all battle ones. It's like additional cavalry infantry distance stats in one, so they should be upgraded in first order. Also, my opinion is health stats are second important, more important than attack. I know I am not the only one in health team. I imagine health stat as green bar in creation. Maybe this will help someone to understand the way I understand health. No matter what level of the attack or defense this creature has, it dies after my third hit. So if that green bar of stamina is his health, his attack or defense is not important when he's simply already dead. So now let me show you my, in quoting marks, creative, innovative Excel sheet I made in 20 minutes. You may pause here for some time. In columns you have back and pursuer gear stats. On the left you have each piece of the equipment, so when you get used to the table you see which piece provides which particular stat in both sets. So now I'll explain my innovative coloring system. I marked troop stats with dark red because they simply the most important. I marked some troop stats with lighter red because on some pieces of the equipment they are given in less amount comparing to other pieces. For example, when you craft back helmet you gain 66% of troop health, but when you craft back armor you gain 133. That's twice more. That's why I marked troop health stat as light red in hat piece, but the same stat is dark in armor piece. Now let me refer to that pale yellow color. In my opinion, infantry attack stat is less important, although I know there are some players which value this stat. I personally think infantry has the job of protecting the rest of the troops. They are not attackers. They shield the rest of your troops. That's the reason infantry attack is pale yellow for me. Also I marked distance defense in same category because distance is not defending, it's attacking formation. Maybe I should mark cavalry defense the same, but cavalry is not that important formation as distance. This is my coloring book. You may choose differently. Of course, if you think the truth is different, please let me know. I'm always happy to hear other opinions and see any proofs. Okay, so let's have a look at one piece of gear after another. First, armor stats. Should I craft the pursuer set when getting the armor scroll? Here the answer is very simple. All stats are the same, simply higher. So the answer is definitely yes. This is only one case when stats are exactly the same though. Of course, I'm omitting artillery stats as completely irrelevant. Next is headgear. It's rather complicated situation because we lose a lot of troop attack stats and some troop health but gain troop defense stats. We also lose cavalry health stat and gain not important distance defense and irrelevant artillery stat. So should I craft it when I have only this one? The answer is no. Now let's check weapon. We lose some small amount of troop defense stats. Of course, it always depends on your current back gear level. But we gain troop attack stats. We lose infantry defense stat, but in my opinion, troop attack stat plus overall stat gain trumps that. So my opinion is careful yes. Let's check necklace now. Here we lose not important distance defense stat in favor of troop health, but we also lose troop attack and troop defense stats. As a sum, it's rather no. Here it's complicated. It's rather about the number of stats. We have 5, no artillery, so it's better to keep back gear here. Now we have boots. So we lose distance attack, which is quite important stat. We also lose the whole bunch of troop health stats in favor to cavalry and distance and infantry defense, sorry. I'd say it is not a good change, especially regarding losing troop health. So should I switch it if drawing this one? My opinion is no. The last is ring. The same stats, but obviously higher, are cavalry and troop attack, which is awesome. We switch cavalry defense into distance attack, which is rather awesome. And we also lose artillery defense stat in favor to infantry attack, so it might be awesome. I think it's solid yes from me. Please remember, as overall it's good to switch your gear to other one because it's simply stronger in numbers. When you have 2, 3, 4 different scrolls, you may simply use yes or no system use in British or American Got Talent show. Just vote and count yeses and nos. If you win, go for it. When someone already has 5 pieces of Pursuer like me, the stat gain is so significant that I think it should be switched already. So let me remind you which order I drew my pieces of Pursuer. You may see it step by step in my previous movie, which I strongly recommend you should see. The link is in the description below. So first I got the chain and I crafted it. I shouldn't do it. Then I got the hood, it's also not good. Then I got the boots, again not the best choice I drew. Then as 4th and 5th pieces I got 2 yeses, the ring and the armor. I really shouldn't craft those first 3 pieces because I simply lost very important stats. So once again, this is the whole table I created in 15 or 20 minutes. You may use it or edit it, it's your choice. Any input and error spotting will be greatly appreciated. You may have noticed there is a number under each piece of back gear. Let's say this is the value, the sum of the stats of each piece. My happy coloring system may actually help you to decide in which order to craft the back gear. So let me explain it a bit. I used very simple method of grading each stat, which is again my own grading system. So when the piece of gear has high amount of troop stats, I'm giving 5 points. Weak troop stats is 3, normal stat is 2, weaker stats like infantry attack and distance defense got 1 point each. Artillery may basically kiss my cheeks. Based on this point system and simple adding those points to each other, this is the back order. Actually, in the past, intuitionally, without counting anything, I was crafting my back set in this particular order. This pointing system somehow checks out. If you're on the verge of deciding which back gear to choose, this may be helpful, at least you have some ballpark. So thank you very much and let me know if you have any remarks. And to be honest, this part of the game is not very common to discuss. Players don't like to share such knowledge, so I may be easily wrong somewhere.